So I'm starting off by using my NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in the color Brunette, and I'm just using this to outline my eyebrows and fill them in just to make them a little bit neater. And I do have a review on this product if you guys are wondering, how it works. It's a comparison against the Anastasia Brow Wiz, so I will have that linked down below for you guys so you guys can check that out. But I'm just filling my brows in as usual. And then I'm going to start off with my NYX HD eye primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lids, and then I'm going to blend it out with my finger. If you guys watch my current favorites, you guys know that this has been a fan favorite for a while. So next I'm taking this NYX eyeshadow in the color Nude, and this is just a single eyeshadow, and I'm taking that with a Real Technique setting brush and just setting that eye primer. And then the first color that we're going to go into is called Blame It on Midnight, and this is another NYX single eyeshadow, and I really like the shadow. It is super nice. It blends well. I'm blending that out with an E27 blending brush by Morphe, and this is just a really pretty crease color. And then the next one is Dance the Tides by NYX as well. These are my favorite drugstore eyeshadows. I definitely need to expand my eyeshadow horizon through the drugstore, but so far these have been doing the job for me. But I really love these two shadows. I think they're the perfect combination. So I'm just adding this color to the outer V of my eye and then blending it upwards into the crease using my MAC 217 brush, and then I'm going back in with that Morphe blending brush, and I'm going to blend a little bit more of that Blame It on Midnight up into the crease just to make sure there's no harsh lines. And then I'm taking my NYX Jumbo Pencil in the color Black Bean, and I'm applying this all over my lid, and then I'm blending it out with my finger. And the reason that I'm applying this darker eyeshadow first before the shadow that we're going to go in with is just to make it a little bit more vibrant, and just to make sure that the darkness of the green eyeshadow that we are using, shows up true to color. And I just think dark shadows make things pop really nicely, so I'm blending that out with my finger and then with my MAC 242 brush just to make sure that it's nice and smooth so that the shadow goes over nicely. And then I'm taking this Bella Emerald Shimmer eyeshadow by Milani. This is part of their gel powder eyeshadow collection, and I really love this color. I've been wanting to use this dark green color for a really long time, but I just never really knew what to do with it. So I'm just applying this all over my lid area, and I'm just making sure that I smooth it over with my MAC 242 brush. And then I'm going in with this Nancy Cosmetics blending brush, and it's just a really nice small crease brush, and I'm just blending out those edges. Since we do have a sticky base kind of underneath, it is going to be a little bit harder, so you do have to be a little bit more patient when blending colors out like this. I actually took a really long time to blend this green eyeshadow out, not because it's not blendable, but because the sticky base kind of didn't allow it to move a whole bunch. So and then I'm taking this E25 brush from Sigma, and I'm applying a little bit more of that emerald green, and I'm going to buff it into the crease area just to make sure that it blends up into that transition color. Then I'm taking my MAC 217 brush again and applying Dance the Tides just to accentuate that, warm brown crease color. I really liked the way greens and warm orangey toned brown shadows look together. I think they look really nice, so that's why I paired these together. And then I actually applied a little bit more of that emerald green eyeshadow because we did have a little bit of fallout when I was blending it all away. For my eyeliner, I'm using this NYX Matte Liquid Liner. If you guys have been watching me, you guys will know that this is probably one of my favorite drugstore eyeliners besides the e.l.f. Liquid Liner. It's super matte, the brush is super easy to use, and I just think it makes the perfect wing liner. And I have trouble applying wing liners, so this has been really helpful for me, and it's super cheap. It's like $5, so yeah, it's totally affordable. Now I'm going to start on my face, and the first thing we're going to be using is this NYX Angel Veil Primer, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face. This is probably one of my favorite drugstore face primers. Then I'm using my Maybelline Better Skin Foundation, and I'm applying it with a flat brush at first, and then we'll go back in and blend it out later with a damp kind of sponge. I I just feel like applying it with a foundation brush first just kind of helps make, the product spread evenly all over the skin. And I love this foundation. I think it's really nice. This, it feels good on the skin. It's not heavy, but you can build it up. And then, of course, and the color matches me really, really well. So this is definitely a favorite drugstore foundation for me personally. For concealer, I'm actually using this Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Brightener, and I believe this is in the color Neutralizer. It's not necessarily a concealer. It's more of like a highlighting eye brightener, but I used it as a concealer today because I couldn't find my other drugstore concealer, so this is what we settled for. And I'm just applying that all over the center of my face, and then of course underneath my eyes in a triangle, and then I'm taking the same blending sponge. This is actually a Pure Cosmetics blending sponge, and I'm actually just blending that all out. And I noticed when I was applying that it started to kind of wipe away the foundation, and you guys will see before I apply powder that I have a little bit of redness under my eyes, so I'm not sure if I was just blending it too hard or what the deal was, but it is what it is. So to cream contour today, I'm using this NYX foundation stick, and this is in the color MS06, I believe, and then I'm going to just blend it out with a Morphe E8. I believe it's a soft contour brush, but I love using it for cream contouring and concealer and all that stuff. So I just placed that in the hollows of my cheekbones, and then I went around my forehead just to kind of bronze it up a little bit because the lighting and the foundation just kind of washes me out a lot. So yeah, that's what we're working with. Now to highlight and contour, this is my favorite drugstore highlighting and contouring palette. Lately, I just can't get enough of it. This is the Wet n Wild contour palette in the color Caramel Toffee, and you guys, this is some good stuff. It was also in my current favorites video that went up on Monday, so definitely check that out. I'm using the banana shade to highlight underneath my eyes and set that concealer, and then I'm taking this bronzing shade, which is beautiful, and it really bronzes up the face, and I'm just going to apply that everywhere. I applied the cream contour with a MAC 168. For blush, I'm using this Milani blush in Bellissimo Bronze, and this was also in one of my current favorites. I've been using this like crazy, especially if I don't want to apply a blush and I just kind of want to apply some bronzer to the face. It's such a pretty kind of blush slash bronzer. You can use it for both, and it looks really nice on the skin and gives a healthy glow. Next, I'm taking my Hard Candy Tiki highlighter, which I forget that I love, and I pull it out every single time and I fall in love again. I'm applying that to the tops of my cheekbones and then, of course, down the center of my face. Next, I'm going to kind of just mimic what's on top of my eyes on my lower lash line. So just applying, that green emerald eyeshadow to the lower lash line, and then apply some mascara. This is the NYX Doll Eye Mascara, and I like this mascara. It's really nice. It separates my lashes really well, and I'm sorry that the e.l.f. mirror is always in the way. So for lashes, I actually didn't have any drugstore lashes because I was not able to go and get any, but these are the Koko lashes in Goddess, and they are very inexpensive, so I just threw them in here. Next, I'm taking that black bean and applying it to my lower waterline. And for lips, I'm taking this NYX lip liner in the color Natural, and I'm going to be lining my lips. And I realize that there's a lot of NYX products in here, and not all of NYX products sell in all drugstores, but you can definitely find them in CVS or Target and Ulta, which is, why I have a lot of them. And then I'm taking this liquid suede lipstick by NYX. I forgot to show a clip of it, but this is in the color Soft Spoken, and it's such a pretty mauvey pink toned, lipstick, and I really love it. I think this complements the green very well, so that is why I chose it, and I think it looks really nice. And on top of that, these are amazing liquid lipsticks from the drugstore, and they're super inexpensive. Then I'm taking this eyeshadow, which is called Bella Diamond, and I'm just going to be applying that to my brow bone. And this is actually from Milani. I forget to mention that, but it's from Milani, and it's such a pretty, white eyeshadow with a little bit of iridescent pearl to it. And then I'm applying that to the inner corners of my eyes as well to brighten them up. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to start doing more drugstore tutorials, and I definitely need to kind of pick up more products in the drugstore area, so definitely leave me some suggestions down below of things that I should try out. And yeah, so don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my current favorites. Now I don't have a lot, but I do have some stuff that I have really been loving. I thought that I would go ahead and do a current favorites because sometimes I get thrown off track with monthly favorites, so I thought that this would be a good way to just kind of combine everything. So the first thing that I want to start off with is a cleanser, and this is the Garnier Skin Active Micellar Cleansing Water, and this is actually the